Well, welcome to Innervision FM. You are here, we're here. Uh, and I think our co-host will be here in a minute, but if not, the show must go on. And I'm here, Johnnie J, Alan C, and Hey Joe will be here momentarily. But like I said, if not, I'm here. And as Gutfield will say, isn't that enough? Oh, but I'm not as statuesque as Gutfield. Matter of fact, I might overshadow him, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'd like to welcome you to Innervision FM, music news and other things. And we'd like to thank you for joining us here tonight on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday night before St. Patrick's Day. So, do you have any plans for St. Patrick's Day, and what will you be doing on St. Patrick's Day? I know we have the biggest parade here in Colorado, so that's what I'm going to be doing uh, on St. Patrick's Day. But uh, we're going to be down there and hanging out with the people in the crowds. I think you get a crowd of like 100,000 people that are going to be down there on St. Patrick's Day. So, so hopefully, wherever you are, whatever city you're in, you'll be at your St. Patrick's Day celebration. So that, it'll be all good. Yes. And let's see. Oh, I want to remind you that tonight we have uh, our fundraising night. And for the first 10 people that donate $7 or more, we will give you or put you in a raffle to win a free, yes, I said free Innervision FM coffee mug or Innervision FM sticker. Now, if you happen to be like one of the first like 30, we'll put you in a raffle and you could win a Innervision t-shirt. Now, if you're one of the first 50, wow, it goes up from there. You can win one of our Innervision hoodies, the color of your choice. So, you know, we need your email address and so forth like that. But that goes when you go to our website, innervisionrecords.org, to the donor box right there, and you will find, I got a frog in my throat. You will find our donor box on our website, innervisionrecords.org. Yes, innervisionrecords.org. And okay, so let's get into our topics tonight. And like I said, when Hey Joe or Alan C come in, they'll chime in and say, with their thoughts on it. But I want to get it. So anyway, what was I say? What was it? All right, let me go back over here to my note. Okay, so Lawrence Hill, you've heard of Lawrence Hill, and you heard of Doechii and a version of like a Doo Wop. Uh, I guess he came out on one of the shows. Now, for a long time, Lawrence Hill was kind of like a prima donna. I mean, sometimes she would show up to the concert late, and and yeah, and just do stuff. And I guess being a musician, maybe it's not the most exciting thing because you're just waiting for the next concert, and and that's like the height of your life is going from concert to the concert, and sometimes in between there, if you don't have like a real grounded life, things could get boring. If you don't have a family, if you don't have uh, I don't know, good friends that you can hang out in between that concert time, things could get kind of dull. So she went off track for a while, and hey Joe, what's happening with you?
How much are you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
See, my
Just
Facebook account got hacked, so I had to make a new one.
get out of here. Was it that guy who keeps arguing with me
Well,
about
some
that?
some guy with a Arab spelling on he was trying to add me on Sunday, and I blocked him.
Hmm.
And then my account was the name was changed to Margaret Mickelson, and I
Okay,
couldn't change it back for 60 days. And it's like then you get all these hackers trying to, oh, we can fix it for you for this amount of money. It's like I don't have anything worth
crazy.
anything on there. So I just deleted it, got downloaded all my data and deleted the account, started a new one.
Yeah, I had that happen where I kept getting all these pictures of these new women, which we're going to be talking about something new today. And my wife kept saying, kept asking me like, "Do you like looking at this?" I said, "I'm totally blind." It's like, oh man, it's like, gee.
Heck, I could be sitting here without any clothes on. Like
And
that.
I just totally got rid of my Innervision records. And I mean, I had, I don't know, 700 people there. It wasn't like a lot, but I just got rid of it. And now I got Innervision nonprofit instead. So it's like, which probably should have had in the first place, but it is what it is. It happens. So I was talking about Lauren. She had a special guest at her show. Um, Doechii, epic performance of Doo Wop, and I don't know. We were sort of like talking about like she went off real because she got kind of bored with the music life. And tell me that, okay, so you did like you toured with your music, right? A little bit like
Not really.
just recently you toured
Well,
recently.
local stuff. I mean, that's all we did was local
Yeah.
stuff.
And
You know,
and
between
when you were
Wyoming, Montana, and stuff like that.
yeah, and when you were off the stage, I mean, you found stuff to do, right? You had
Yeah,
family, you had
yeah,
friends,
yeah.
and I'm thinking like some of these musicians, maybe they're surrounded by yes people or bad influences, and your parents
Well, I
always
mean,
say,
if you don't have a life besides what you're doing immediately, it's like you're going to get bored pretty fast.
yeah. So I'm thinking, and I'm seeing that in a lot of like, these guys that, they hit the big times and then they get bored and then they don't want to show up on time. Or, they're thinking like, I just and hopefully like Ray Charles, he turned to heroin to make every night fresh and new and things of that sort. But it's like, yeah, I figured, it happens. It definitely happens when you just don't have a good what is it called? Support system. Yeah.
Mm.
So anyway, so she's coming back and that's I guess that's a good thing, money wise, and then the fans that wanted to see her on stage and stuff like that. But that's okay. But now, well, let's see, should we talk about that first? Uh, well, okay. Uh, I got two stories with this one. Let me talk about the one I don't have written down. So, there was a flight going to India, and it was a flight of 300 people on this flight. And for some reason, they didn't check the toilets, and only one toilet worked. So,
Huh.
is
With Indian cuisine.
huh? Yeah, I tell you. And I'm surprised. I mean, how long did it take them to find out that these toilets weren't working? Well, I guess as soon as they got in the air, and they were almost not across the ocean, but far enough where I guess, not far enough where they could just turn back around and get some maintenance on these planes. And I'm thinking like, who was in charge of the maintenance who didn't take care of that? And it's like, oops.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah. So these 300 people said, and oh, and then we had the flight where we had a disgruntled lady on board. And tell me something. Okay, if you're bipolar, do you know that you're bipolar? And
Well, I think people realize, at least in one of their moods, that they have a serious health mental problem.
yeah. Now I once knew this lady that she said that she had several personalities. And I said, oh, that might be interesting. And I would see these different personalities come out, and then she got cured, and then she says, "Now I'm getting rid of you." And I think, oh man. So this lady, I guess she was yelling that she's bipolar. She wants to get off the plane, and then so she strips down, and I don't know if she ran up and down the aisle, whatever, but they were taxiing to take off, and then the pilot said, "No, maybe we
They
better
they
not."
got they another person got on the plane and put covered her with a blanket and stuff. Then she took off running into the airport.
Wow, that must have been a sight.
Then
Remember
they
that?
then they put her in a hospital.
You remember that back in the I think it was 70s, it used to be a thing that the streak.
Yeah, streakers.
Ye-
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway,
Was
I
it
guess
Jim Crawford that had, or no, what was his name? They call me the Streak.
yeah, that song,
Yeah,
yeah, boogity boogity.
Stafford, Jim Stafford.
Yes, they call me Mr. Strict. Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, for you guys that are maybe born in the 80s or the 90s, you wouldn't know about this stuff. But yeah, that used to be a thing where even on the Johnny Carson show, somebody ran across, and
When I
that
when
had
I
to be
lived in
played.
Minnesota before I went in the Navy and stuff, there's one guy came in a bar with a T-shirt on his bottom, and all the stuff was hanging out the neck hole, and
Hmm.
it just said no shirt, no shoes, no service. So he had shoes on a T-shirt.
Yeah, man. Gee. Oh, and by the way, if you go into a 7-Eleven and it's an Arab guy there, if you just came back from the pool, they won't let you in without a shirt,
Yeah,
which I thought was kind of weird. It's like this is your guy, you just got out of the pool. It's like no shirt, you can't come in the 7-Eleven. So okay. I thought this was American made, but okay. So anyway, so she's yelled that she's bipolar, she's letting people, but if you're bipolar and you got enough money to buy an airline ticket, that sort of makes you like is airplane tickets are not that well, unless you got like a special deal. But still, plane tickets are not that cheap.
yeah,
And
they're pricey.
so what I'm thinking, like for the like the comments in line, what would you rather be on? An airplane with one bathroom working and 300 people, or airplane with a maybe not so attractive naked woman running up and down the aisle? So if you're to take your pick. And I heard like a lot of women, they say they just trying to look away. And of course, somebody filmed it. By the way, in that story, did they dot out her face or,
No, it was a blur. They blurred it all out.
they blurred it all out?
Yeah,
Okay. So you couldn't tell like if she was a heavy set or,
you couldn't see anything on the woman because it was pretty small, and the everything was blurred out though. So
okay. I was kind of getting like a gist of her by the voice, like if she was a Joy Behar. Now that would be like a nightmare right there from the view. I mean, Whoopi Goldberg or Joy Behar, either one of those would be a nightmare. Yeah. And,
The only
and
reason they need to get on a plane is to leave this country.
yeah, yeah. Now I heard rumors that the station is hesitant in signing a another contract with Joy and Whoopi. They want to go another direction, but
Yeah.
we shall see. It's
I
about
see
time.
the rumor that Musk is going to buy NBC.
Hmm. Now, remember what happened?
Whether
Okay,
that's true or not, I don't know. I just seen a
I
story on it.
remember like when Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC, and then all these scandals started breaking out, and it's like that just fell through. So sometimes I don't know, maybe these guys want to keep this monopoly and they'll do anything to keep you from buying that much of a network that they think that you're an existential threat to democracy or something like that. But today, I didn't put this in my notes, but Trump was he didn't test drive a Tesla. He just pretty much sat in it and looked at the controls and said, hey, and it's not in my notes either, but I guess these people are vandalizing Tesla dealerships.
Yeah, yeah.
And then even if you're driving around in a Tesla, uh, I had a friend the day that was driving around with a what is it called when your license is not renewed? Uh, uh,
Revoke?
well, it's like you should you should go to the DVD or DVR or whatever and pay for your license to be renewed. So
Oh, expired.
expired, yeah. So they gave $100 ticket, right? Because
Well, yeah, yeah. That's
wow, I thought it was like $25, but it's gone
no,
up.
well, they gotta make their money so they can give the illegals their driver's licenses too. They
And
can give them to them.
she was telling people that she usually parks in the underground parking, and and I guess there was a lot of construction on Colfax, and she ends up going over there. I guess it's a Walgreens. I wish I didn't even know there was a Walgreens on Colfax, and and she came out but I told her she can go and get a rent rebate for $800, which she hasn't applied for, and they should have $700 at least. But man, that's yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, so I guess he's gonna buy a new Tesla, and then one of the I don't know, it was a lady in the audience. I don't know if this was uh Caroline, the press person. She says that she's gonna let her drive it. So I'm not, or maybe she's the office man. Oh no, he has a female office manager, right? So maybe he was saying he was talking to her about her being able to drive it around. And I guess Elon Musk said this car can go like 200 miles an hour. So
Well,
I didn't know
one thing about electric cars there, they get to speed extremely fast because you have
oh yeah.
100% torque. But if you got a strong motor or a strong enough motor and the batteries to back it up, they they get it.
Because I'm imagining that 200 miles just like in a matter of just seconds.
Yeah,
So
I don't know about 200. I imagine it could, but I
but
don't
this
know.
particular one, this
Yeah.
particular, and then well, so people just calm down. It's almost like it went from like if you wore a MAGA hat, you're gonna get harassed. Now, man, it's just too much silliness, and you think,
Well, did you see what's happening now? Musk took is taking all the slings and arrows like Trump was. Now Trump can work his stuff.
yes,
No, it's a distraction for the deep state.
yes, yeah,
Lay
okay,
off
so
one, let the other one do the work. You know.
there. Oh, Now, speaking of the press person, uh, Caroline
Levitt.
Caroline Leavis. And now I didn't know this. Okay, so she ran when she was 22 for I think it was either a seat in the Senate or something to that effect.
Yep. Yep.
And I guess this guy, I don't know if they were dating at the time. He decided that to finance her for like millions of dollars to see this race go through. Now, if you remember, like when I ran, my opponent he started out with $100,000 and before I ran, and then he was down to 38,000, but I only had 8,000 to his 38,000.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would have placed better if I had like 100,000 or not, but I bet I could have did something, you know. And but it it didn't but she had this her now husband put in that money, and I guess, he was about 58 because no, see, maybe 50,
He's 59.
57. Oh, he's 59 now, but they just had a baby. So
Yeah.
probably got him pregnant when he was like 57. And now, baby became 58. Now, he's 50, 59. And so they were discussing like, how old if your daughter comes and says, I want to get this guy who's almost more than well 30 years older than me. Now, didn't that happen to that actor who uh, was found dead and his wife, she was like 63 and he was 95? I guess maybe does it depend on how
See,
much
my
money?
wife is quite a bit younger than me. My wife turns 36 this year, and I'm 71.
Yeah, so but I guess he's keeping out of the what is it called?
On Limelight,
The
yeah,
limelight.
he
Yeah,
keeps, and she helps keep it at a minimum too.
yeah. So it's like, maybe he has a great personality, and plus he said, "Hey, I'm going to back you and not only be there for you mentally and whatever, so I'm going to back you financially too, and let's make this dream happen." And
Yeah.
it's not too many people, let's make this dream happen, and being supportive, it's like you know, it happens in family. So whether you're this age or that age, and it's just a part of history where now it was what was it, who was it? It was an actress. Now it could have been Cher. Didn't Cher? No, no, no. Dinah Shore was dating was what was his name? The actor. He wore a mustache. Not Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson was the, the
Dave.
other way. Yeah. Um, Douglas, not Kirk Douglas. Was it Kirk Douglas? Yeah. But Dinah Shore, I mean, she was a young guy, and they were they so like Burt Reynolds. Yes.
Yeah.
Dinah Shore and Burt Reynolds. Yeah. So, older lady, and she had her young beau there. And I thought they were a cute couple.
Now
You
Cher
know.
was dating a young guy too.
Um, Almond wasn't like a musician. Almond,
Oh,
uh,
Dwayne Allman.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so Cher, yeah, she was dipping in the younger pool, and uh, and I guess if we looked around, we could find like, and whenever you see those award shows with Hollywood and stuff like that, you always see these short, balding guys with these beautiful, tall, blonde ladies, and you figure like these guys are the one that really have the money. Now they may be, and they're fronting the money for the guy, the handsome, supposedly whatever stars and stuff like that. But if the lady can't get with one of these stars, why not? I guess just get with the guy that has the real money. These producers
Uh,
and
I
moguls
mean,
like that.
do stars have any depth film?
No, it's
Maybe
all
not.
about them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it can't be
I don't
too.
I don't care for Cher anyway. I mean, it, there's lots of rumors going on about her that she's actually a dude too.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They had so many transgender people imitating her, so her facial features must be conducive to that.
Adam's
That
apple.
yeah, yes. Oh man. So that I mean I just was just thinking about that, and and I have a friend here that he met a lady from Ukraine, and they didn't harass me and my wife, but they harassed him and his wife when they were coming back from Ukraine to America,
Yeah.
right? And I'm thinking like, come on, you guys. But because we didn't had any problems like the problems that they had, like just getting back to the USA. Uh, and he had met the family and stuff like that, and they, seen everything worked. And I think he now she probably was in her late 20s maybe. And I think because he's now, oh, I think he's now like 68 or something like that.
Who's this?
Like, his name is uh Tony Romo, Anthony Romo. He's been on the show a long time ago, long time
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So and things are working out, and he even had her parents, which I think he's about the same age as her parents, I think. Which that always
Yeah.
got to be because would you have more in common with the parents or with the because I think one time I was 42 and I was with this girl that was 24. And hmm I don't know. It was I don't know. It was interesting, but it wasn't. I don't know. I think it lasted like maybe 2 years. So, so my thing was like 10 years younger, no more than 10 years younger, because then I don't know. It just different music and all that kind of stuff. And even now, my wife is so funny. So I think we're only like 2 years apart. I think, yeah. I like to watch I, Jimmy Jeannie. She thinks it's a childish show, but it still makes me laugh today. Yeah, it still makes me laugh today. Um, wait. I'll call it. I'll call it back. I'll call it back. That's I have a brother who's he's 79 and he's in the hospital. I was asking about going to the going to his birthday party because I don't think he celebrates his birthday.
Well,
And now that he's in the hospital, I say, well, I'll go around that time and his birthday, whatever. And my friend who is his brother-in-law is saying, well, he really doesn't celebrate birthdays. So I said, well, right now, whether he celebrates it or not, I figure like I don't go around that much. I would go and visit him. But um, anyway, so enough about that. It's like I guess when you fall in love, you fall in love, and that's that's just the way it is.
yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of hell from people because my wife is so young, but not here, but
Yeah, but in the US, man, the people
yeah,
get all hung up on a lot of like crazy stuff. Well,
numbers are numbers.
yeah. Yeah, I figure like whatever makes you happy, makes you happy. So hey. But I remember this one girl I was like we were recording, and I think it was like when I was like around 38 and I think she was like 21. And so you're recording, and back in the days, you had to push the pause button when you were done with recording.
Yeah,
So I'm sitting there recording the CD, and once you record on the CD, you can't just these were the ones you can erase,
yeah, so not rewritable.
right? And so she thought it was cute to say "boo," all right? And so I automatically, impulsively hit the pause button, and it's almost like I could have got upset and mad, but being the age she was, she thought that was cute to say. boot, and I'm thinking like, oh man, no, I'm working. And you make it look so easy that people think like, oh, you're just having fun. But then, I have to throw that CD away and get another CD and start over again.
I
But
still have I still have tubs of DVDs and CDs that can't even use them anymore. I don't have anything to play them on or record
yeah,
them with.
yeah, and I still got a VCR in my closet. My daughter has a VCR, and I told her put that stuff in digital because if the tape breaks, because she has our family videos, and so
Yeah.
she'll break them out and let her daughter, who's
There's a good
16.
company in Denver that does that.
I know, I know. She says she,
I got all my karate videos that put on digital
yeah,
from
uh,
back. I mean, they were all on VHS tape type camera.
oh wow, okay. Because she was saying like she could take it down the wall. Well, in Atlanta, Georgia, she could take it down the Walgreens. I said, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. Take it to people that's what they do, and
That
it doesn't
yeah,
cost that much.
yeah, because I want to as soon as I get another, I want to because the because I hired this friend to come and just videotape us at barbecues and stuff like that. Just
Uh-huh.
just regular normal stuff. And then I how she got into acting. I used to videotape my plays. And so she got into acting mostly because I was in the TV and stuff like that, and I had them do some stuff, and so she got to watch that stuff. So I said, nah, take it. Yeah, I was told her, I said, get that stuff recorded because once that tape breaks, it's hard to get something to splash
Yeah.
those tapes together.
I'm
So,
going to send you a link that I have off this one DVD of mine for mem.
oh yeah. Now, now also, okay, it says, okay, now I found out that Biden was signing papers with uh, this
Auto pen.
automatic, yeah, and as it's advertised, it can sign 1,000 pages. So they didn't even need him. They just said, okay, we got a copy of your signature. Let's just put the paper on it and just have the signature. Now, as far as like President, you seen,
I sent you a message in chat with that information.
yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah, and so I'm thinking like, man, if you can't sign, and you seen like how Trump, you just take the marker, and he's actually signing on camera and everything like that. And here, these people are just saying, okay, we want to do this. We don't need him.
Yeah.
We just, and so we'll see where that goes because even when they found out that Obama was not necessarily born here in the USA and all these and he had this fake birth certificate, nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
So, it may be
They ignored the laws.
yeah,
It's not done yet. It's going to get worse.
yeah, because so
It's the end times. We're gonna evil is on its way up.
run rapid. Yeah, I have a friend who is a part of this Catholic church, and I sent him this video about the okay, they have these kids from 11 to 13 that they're coming across the border when they find out that when these um, banditos found out that they can get the kids across like that. So the Catholic Church would come and they would feed them, give them food, and then give them back to the cartel, and the cartels would then go ahead and traffic them. And I sent it to my friend who's heavy, and she says, "Well, nobody in my church would know this." And I'm thinking like, well, would they want to know this? And maybe talk to their priests or whatever and say, hey, this is wrong, you know? And I just guess, maybe it's this better to put your head in the sand and pretend that you don't see anything.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was this, here on one hand they're doing something good, but on the other hand, it's almost like you feed somebody and then you have an ocean there and you see a bunch of sharks swimming around and you say, throw them in the water, good luck, you know. And then so I gave it that scripture of Luke 17 uh, verse 2 about it. It would be better to have a millstone tied around your neck than to mess with one of these little kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, but if you're heading in the sand, you can always say, "Oh, I didn't know. I didn't want to know. I just, I was just in my little world." And then that's like that song with Michael Jackson, like "Man in the Mirror," you know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You
so
know, back when the Oklahoma City bombing happened at the FBI
preschool,
place,
yeah, yeah.
that's basically when I woke up.
Hmm.
You know, because I worked with a guy that was in the army with the accused. He was in the same unit. He
What was
said
that?
they were all
McVeigh?
crazy.
Was his name
Timothy McVeigh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Said
yeah.
he was in the army with him, and the guy was kind of a goofball, but he said they always were blowing stuff up like that, but not in that order. I mean, the guy had probably had some mental problem, and they
Hmm. Yeah, Timothy McVeigh. You
yeah.
guys can look that up in the history book of analog because I think that was around like 1991. It was in the
Mm,
90s.
no, it was 94
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, I know it was in the 90s because I remember just like so like watch and of course they prosecuted him here in Colorado. So so we learn all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, a lot of I guess things that have been let go, and like Musk is saying, like he said he's cutting, but he says if he knows if he goes like really deep in there, he says, and I said cut the root. You got to get to the root of the stuff, because like he was saying himself, if you just cut out just so much, then it can always grow back. And that's what happened, I guess, when Bill Clinton, he's doing the exact same thing, get all the illegals off of welfare, off of Medicaid, and just the people that are American citizens on there. Same exact thing. But he didn't cut it off at the root. He did it where after, and after 98, it could just slowly start going back up again. So I don't know if it'll ever be cut off at the root because it's like it's always somebody doing a favor for a friend or a cousin or somebody like that. And it's like there's so many parts of the government that it's like we don't know. Like I didn't know that. So you hire you elect a senator and a House member, but you have to also hire their staff as well. So
Yeah.
there's a budget for the staff and a budget for that senator. And almost like in Hollywood, we think that these people are making a lot of money, but they got to pay for the security, they got to pay for the publicists, they got to pay for their um, uh, other people within their organization. So yeah, it looks like a lot of money, but they got to pay for all this other stuff as well. And you just don't think about that. It's a business to be famous. So
April '95, that OK City.
95.
Yeah, April of '95.
See, yeah, okay. See, 'cause sometimes I'll look up the stuff and find out like it,
My
what
memory
year it is.
isn't that good. That's what I found. Is like, well, I thought it was just last week.
Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, now this other guy, he self-deported himself. He was working for LC,
AOC, yeah. Why would you
making 80.
self-deport?
Well, he probably looked at the way, I mean, he's making pretty good money here, and probably she's gonna hook him up there too. But I was wondering why she was teaching these guys how to avoid ICE, and she has one working right in her office. And something should be done about that. And he's making 80,000 a year, and he's not even like legally. So how was he getting his check? Did she fake uh social security number, and or I just want to know how that got done. How did he get his check if he's
How
not
did the
legal?
bank approve him?
Yeah. I mean, so there's a lot of stuff to be covered in that story. And if you guys want to look that story up, I mean, uh, yeah. And then so he got married, which you have to have a license for that. So, okay. I don't know if she married an American lady or whatever. And so I don't know if she's from the same country or not. And so both of them went back to his country and self-deported. So maybe
So
ALC will,
legally, he really wasn't legally able to marry anybody here because he wasn't a citizen.
yeah. So I guess his parents brought him here when he was 7 years old, and they just said, well, let's just let it ride. And of course, when you're 7 years old, you're just following your parents, it's
Yeah.
like they're feeding you, they're housing you, you just go along with the show. But apparently he got a good enough education that where he worked with the government and stuff. So interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so anyway, that was all in the. Remember, later, okay, for the first 10 people that donate $7 or more, we'll put you in a raffle. You win like a free coffee, Innervision FM coffee mug. Go up for $30, free Innervision. We'll put you in a raffle for a t-shirt, and then $50, we'll put you in a raffle for the hoodie. So. So go to our Cash App, Innervision J, or to our website, innervisionrecords.org. And a lot of stuff in the news. It's just and sometimes I like to bring this funny stuff. So if you have any funny stories, go to our website, innervisionrecords.org, and email it to us. And I have some people when I go to lunch, man. There's one guy, he brought me this joke, and I don't know if I used it or not. But I'm always interested in like a joke, and I'll probably have you tell me it 3 times so I can get it in my head. Because remembering how to tell a joke and get the punchline is always the thing to do. But anyway, hey Joe, thanks for joining us, hanging out with us, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.
The